Set up. So, welcome to OA Yoga, and thank you uh, for suggesting this, for doing this. And some of you know, I have a calendar on my desk, and I did have the wherewithal to grab it. So I've been enjoying tearing these off every day and just getting kind of a little bit of motivation. But this is from Friday, March 13th, 2020. This was the last day that we were all in school together. And so since I saw this on March 13th, I've had it up in my room. It says, a good half of the art of living is resilience. And so I've had that up because I've actually been thinking to myself right now that probably more than a half of the art of living right now is resilience. And thinking about all of you, I have witnessed resilience in all of you in many instances. So I encourage you, when you feel as though things might be slipping away certain days, you might be feeling these highs and lows, to remember that you are resilient, and that whatever comes our way in the next weeks and months, you are absolutely cut out for, and that we're doing it together. So even though we have to be in our own spaces, you are always a team. So with that being said, I want you to, if you haven't already, find a tall spine. So really make sure that you can feel the energy through the crown of your head down to your sit bones. Maybe palms face down on your knees or face up to kind of just ground yourself to the space. And take some deep breaths just to arrive onto our mats. So deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the jaw side out. I can't hear you, but I can feel those breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. Inhale through the nose, seal the lips. Exhale through the nose. And at your own pace now, tune into where you are. As always, let your breath be your anchor. On your next inhale, hands come up. And we're gonna take a twist. So you're gonna bring your left hand to your right knee. You're gonna bring that right hand out behind you, gaze over your shoulder. Keeping in mind that tall spine that you just had at neutral, keep it tall there. But when you inhale for a little more length, and exhale, deepen the twist a little bit more. Stay here for one more full round of breath. And on your next inhale, hands come back up through center, up to the sky, and take the twist on the other side. Right hand to left knee, twist, look out over the left shoulder. Inhale for length, and exhale to settle a little bit more into the twist, just waking up the spine. Next, inhale, come back up through center. Drop your right hand down to the side and lift up and over with the left hand. So you're gonna open up that left side body. Feel the stretch in the obliques. Gaze is wherever feels comfortable. Maybe you're gazing out at the screen. Maybe you're looking down at your hand. Maybe you're looking up at your top hand. You could always take some gentle movements to combine the three. Feels good. Exhale, set a little bit more. And inhale, hands come both back up. Take it on the other side, drop that left hand, reach over. Feeling the stretch in the right side body. Awesome. Inhale, back up through center. We're gonna come to a tabletop. And taking those last few movements to fully wake up the spine, drop the belly, lift the gaze for cow. exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin under, push your hands against your mat for cat. 3 of these at your own pace. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And exhale, round the spine. Again, you're following your inhales and exhales. When you exhale, really push against the mat. Down the spine, and then find that neutral tabletop. Awesome. So you're gonna reach your right hand out as if you're gonna shake my hands through the screen. And first, bring your toes of your left foot to the back of your mat. Okay, keeping that neutral spine. Inhale, lift that left leg, flex the toes. Feel a long line of energy from your fingertips down to your feet. We're used to going through a series of bird dogs, but I want you to just hold this. This is gonna set us up for the warrior poses, some of the warrior poses we're gonna be doing later. So just feel that neutrality of your spine, feel a long line of energy here. One more inhale, so maybe stretch a little bit more, try to reach opposite walls, and exhale, hand and knee, come back down to your mat. Take the other side. First, inhale, lift that hand forward. Next stays neutral, gaze is at the ground, at your mat. Inhale, lift that right foot and knee. See where the hips are. Make sure the hips are square here. And we just want to find stillness. Find ease with the effort. One more. Inhale here, stretch a little bit more to opposite end. Exhale, come back down to mat. So you're gonna bring your hands, palms fully engaged with your mat, forward a little bit, because we're gonna step back to a high plank. So find that long, still straight spine. Feel core fire up this afternoon. And I want you to lean forward a little bit. Okay, so come forward a little bit on your tiptoes, keeping the elbows in. I want you to lower all the way to the mat. You're gonna bring your hands a little bit forward of your mat. So I did this pose the other day and it felt awesome because I find we're on our computer so much, maybe even more than we were before. So you want to take your right arm and you want to just kind of goal post it out. Okay, so my shoulder and my elbow are in line. All right, and then I want to come to tented fingertips with my left hand. Okay, and then I want you to just press up. So lift up on the left elbow, the left shoulder a little bit. You're gonna feel a great stretch in the right shoulder. You can come into a little bit more of a balance here, so maybe you open up that left hip a little bit. Awesome. You feel a great stretch here. And exhale back through center. And kind of just release for a minute, forehead to the mat. Make one tweak for a second. Make sure that you guys are on me actually. Hold on 1 second. There we go. And we can come to the other side. So now you want to come to a goal post with your left hand and arm, and you're going to open up, tented fingers on the right fingertips. Open the shoulder, feel a great stretch in your left shoulder now. Maybe you open up that right hip, get that added twist in there. Wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. And exhale, back through center. Hands come under elbows, okay? Under shoulders, I should say. And you can either lift back up through tabletop or tuck the toes under, lift straight up to high plank, and then exhale to downward facing dog. So normally we kind of take the first few moments here on our own to settle, but I want to do this together, okay? So downward facing dog first. Let's find the ease in this pose. So lifting those hips up and back takes the pressure out of your wrists. Okay, so really kind of scissor your torso to your legs. Should feel that difference there. Now I want you to bend into that left leg. So bend the left knee, feel an extra stretch in the right leg. Now straighten it. Now bend and bring that right knee down. Awesome. Straighten it up. Lift up into the tiptoes. And settle. And then bend the knees, keeping that spine straight. Should feel a beautiful stretch in the forearms. And then come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step your feet to your hands. Feet come hip distance apart. Hands find elbows, come to ragdoll. So let everything settle here again. Doesn't matter how much of a bend there is in the knees. Okay, legs can be straight, you can have that bend in there. You're gonna feel a great stretch in your hamstring either way. Beautiful. Inhale, you're gonna take your hands back down to the mat. And then you're gonna come to a straight spine, okay? So we call this flat back. And exhale, fold one more time. Inhale, now sweep your arms all the way up, extended mountain. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a flat spine. And you're gonna plant your hands and step back to high push-up. So you can lower all the way. Knees can always be down on the mat, or you can lower halfway. And then I want you to inhale, flip the toes over so the tops of your feet are engaged with the mat, and come to upward facing dog. Gaze can be up or straight out. And then exhale, flip over the toes, come back into downward facing dog. So we're gonna come into some split salutations. So follow carefully. You're gonna inhale your right leg high, and exhale, step it in between your hands. Okay, maybe you tent those fingers on the right side just to let that right knee in, okay? So check in with where the knee is, over the right foot. And you're gonna inhale, take that kind of up dog, yeah? You're gonna drop that back knee. Inhale, kind of back up to that low lunge. And then become light on that back foot, step forward. Taking our first chair, so inhale, hands come up, sit bones come back. Make sure you can see your toes. If you can't, sit bones come back a little bit more. And exhale to mountain. Inhale, hands come all the way up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. We're reversing back to downward facing dog. So we're in this chair. Remember, hands can come tented. We're gonna step our left foot back. You were just here, little lunge. Awesome, nice job. Bring that chest forward, hover the back knee just above the mat. And then exhale, back to that low lunge. Hands now fully engaged with our mat. Really quiet. See if you can't make a sound with your foot, your right foot going back. High plank. Okay, when I say that we want to avoid the noise, it means you're using your core to lift that foot up and back. All right, take your flow however you want, right? So I'll cue both. You're gonna come forward, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, you can take that gentle cobra, or you can press up, tops of the feet, engage the mat for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome, one more round of split salutations. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, bring it forward. We're in this low lunge. You're gonna hover that right knee, chest is forward. And then exhale, come back to low lunge. Come light on that right foot. Step forward. Awesome. Inhale, hands come up. Sit bones go back, chair pose. Exhale, rise to mountain. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Find everywhere with ease. Bonus points if you smile here. And then hands come to mat, tented fingers. We're gonna step our right foot back. Right where we were. Good. Commit to the bend in that front leg. Hover the right knee, chest comes forward. Awesome, you should feel great in the quads, hip flexor. Awesome, come back to that low lunge. And then fully engage, hands with the mat. Use your core, lift that left foot up and back. Vinyasa through, we'll meet back and down dog. You can always come to a child's pose. Take a minute to grab some water. Or you can just settle in your down dog. Whatever is calling to you this afternoon. Remember that you're flowing with your teammates. When you're ready, we'll meet back in down dog. You can always take more breathers here, whatever feels right for you. I just want you to be open to the poses and listen to yourself. Listen to where you need to be. Inhale, gazes forward to your hands, bend the knees. Exhale, step to the front of your mat. I'm gonna inhale, chair. And then just exhale to transition to mountain. We're gonna come into tree pose here. So you're gonna ground down through the right foot and become light on your left, bringing the heel and your foot to either the ankle, the shin, or your thigh. You wanna keep the hips square, so make sure that you can do that wherever you place your foot. Don't put your foot on your knee. Hands can stay at heart center, or they can grow. So this tree is our transition to all of the warrior poses. I can't think of any group of people that I would want to go through these warrior poses with. Maybe you've grown your branches. Maybe you've kept your hands on your hips or in between your heart. Wherever you are, I want you to bring hands back to center. You're gonna bring your knee forward, so 90-degree angle here. Left foot is flexed. Okay, we're gonna try this balance here. This is warrior 3. So you're gonna keep this left foot bent for now, knee forward, and you're gonna start to hinge at the hips. Drawing that left foot back. Remember, we're rooted down in that right foot. We're gonna come into warrior 3. So since we were coming from it, from kind of a mountain, standing pose, option to keep your hand at heart center. Maybe you bring your hands down to the mat, tented fingers. Just try this bounce. Be resilient. Awesome. Keep breathing, keep smiling. And then exhale, lightly bring that left foot down to the mat. We're gonna come into warrior one. So hands come up, okay, like an extended mountain. And you wanna make sure that you have a nice bend in that right leg. Left leg is straight or micro bend in the knee. It's about a 45-degree angle, okay, with your left foot and the corner of your mat. And so you want to check in with where the hips are. They want to be open. Kind of you have a shorter stance in warrior one than warrior two, like we're used to. So hips are going to be totally square to the front, but you want to kind of face forward. Settle the shoulders, soften the gaze. Just breathe here. Exhale, bring your hands, you can either bring them to your hips or you can bind them behind your back. You have a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. And we're gonna hinge forward. So now here comes the power of warrior one, setting us up for a humble warrior. We're gonna bow forward, keeping that spine long, bow forward. Now maybe you stay like up here, okay? Or you commit to that bend, you bring the torso inside of your right knee. Hands can come up again, you can bring them to hips. I love these warrior poses because we have these opposing parts of the pose, right? So there's so much power in our legs, and I know as athletes, especially no matter what distance, what event we do in track, there's so much power there, so you should be feeling that. But your courage is giving yourself the permission to just be here, to let your torso hang over and bow to yourself. Use that core, use that courage to lift yourself back up. Warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two. So now you're gonna straighten that back foot is gonna be parallel with the back of your mat. Okay, so now hips are open to the side. Gaze out both arms, one and then the other. And own this space. This is probably the most expansive of the warriors. Good, inhale, straighten the front leg. Hands come up. Good, peaceful warrior. And exhale, back out to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend in that front knee. We're gonna try warrior three again. We're gonna try that balance again. So just be open to it. So you're gonna windmill your hands down to surround that front foot. We're coming into warrior three from the bottom this time, so definitely feel free to keep fingers tented. All right, so inhale, fly that back foot. And maybe you draw your hands to heart center again. Maybe you reach out from in front of you. I have a wall there, but you could reach your hands out in front, kind of make a T. Beautiful. Flex that flying foot. So many different lines of energy here. Be open to them all. If you fall out of it, be resilient. Try it out one more time. And then exhale, bring that left foot down to meet the right. Inhale, chair. We're gonna take a twist. Okay, so lift a little bit taller, bring hands to heart center. We're gonna hinge over to the right. You can stay tall, or you can bring that left elbow to the outside of your right knee. You can take your hands open wide. Lots of options, all of them are great. Just pick the right one for you. Make sure knees are not splayed, that they're still in line. Heart's above your hips. Exhale, fold. Take some time to settle, so maybe you bring your feet wide, hip distance apart. You can always take ragdoll again, or I like to hook my peace fingers around the big toe. Just let things hang again. Let gravity do the work. Just settle in this forward fold. Maybe observing, not judging, differences in your forward fold after going through part of our flow. Again, you can stay here, or if you want to follow, hands come to hips, flat back, and I'm going to inhale to mountain. And take that on the other side. I'm just moving to the other side of my mat. You can stay exactly where you are just so you can kind of see the cues. But now you're going to ground down through that left leg, become light and find tree on the other side. Hands can be drawn to your center, or you can grow those branches. I always say if you're moving in this balance, that's okay. I'm looking outside, it's a pretty windy day. Trees are moving a whole bunch. Locate a space wherever you are that's not moving. You're having trouble finding that stillness. Hands come back to center. We're gonna bring that knee forward again, 90-degree angle here, foot is flexed. And we're gonna hinge forward at the hips, flat back, come into warrior three. We're up, kind of coming to warrior three from above. You can always keep your hands here. You can bring hands down to the mat. Try a couple of things out. Balance is a great thing to work in to your daily workouts, weekly workouts. Oh, losing my balance. I've been doing this warrior sequence all week because I just love it so much. And exhale, we're gonna settle down into warrior one. So bring that right foot down again at a 45-degree angle with the back of our mat. And then you wanna make sure too, if you're kind of wobbling around, check in where the heels are. The heel of your left foot and the heel of your right foot, you would wanna imagine them on about an equal plane. And now bring the hips forward. They don't have to be square, but they want the points of the hips should be face forward. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, settle the shoulders. Bring your hands behind your back. You can come to a bind, or you can always bring those hands to hips. And exhale, bow in that humble warrior. Again, you can kind of stay tall here, or just see how it goes. Maybe you fold a little more forward. Your torso comes inside of your left leg. Commit to the bend in that leg. Feel the power in both that front and back leg. Awesome. Use that core. Ground down as you lift those hands back up. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Now hips are facing the side of our mat. Back foot is parallel. Maybe a little bit of a wider stance here. Awesome. Own this space. Inhale, front, bring that front leg straight. Hands come up. And exhale, settle again. Inhale, keep the bend in that front leg. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill hands to the mat. Kind of in a lunge here. We're gonna come into warrior three. Try it one more time. We're coming from the ground up, so maybe you keep your fingers tented. Hips facing down at your mat. Back foot flexed. Back a little bit, so okay. Try this. Beautiful, maybe hands come to heart. Maybe hands, if you have a wall in front of you or something, you can always reach out, get some support there. Awesome. Still breathing, still smiling. Fully express this pose and exhale, back foot comes to meet the front. Inhale, chair. And take our twist to the right side. So hands come together. Inhale, lift up a little bit and twist to the left. Right elbow can come to the outside of your knee, or you can stay high. You can always open up your hands. One comes down, one faces up. Wherever you are. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe pedal your feet. Feel all the hard work, those bounces that we did, owning those warriors. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. You can vinyasa, or you can always feel free to push right back to down dog. Grab a drink of water if you need to. We're gonna come into half pigeon. I'm gonna cue half pigeon here, and then I can always cue pigeon reclined as well, which is probably what we're more used to. Okay, but otherwise you're gonna inhale your right leg high. Exhale, draw your right knee to your right elbow. Your shin comes across the mat. You're gonna draw that left leg back, untuck the toes. Okay, so here's a great place to stay. You're gonna feel a stretch in your hip flexor. You can always come down to your elbows. You can bring your forearms across the mat, settle your forehead. So that's a great option. If you want to take reclined half pigeon, that's when you're on your back. You're gonna bring your right ankle over your right thigh and draw the foot in. I will always say this, listen to what your body is asking you to do. So wherever you are, whatever you decided to take, find stillness here. I'm guessing if you're like me, your heart rate was up while you're going through our warrior poses. Now it's time to find that stillness and let that heart rate come down. Hold these poses for a little longer to just settle. If you're in a reclined half pigeon, you can bring your right foot back down to the mat. Maybe you take a happy baby, bringing palms to the outside of your feet, just letting things open. If you're in traditional half pigeon, you're gonna bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck the left toes under, lift that right leg up and back. Take a counterbalance pose. I love that IT band stretch. You're gonna bring your right foot to the outside of your left. Feel a stretch in that right IT. Come back to center. Downward facing dog, lift that left leg high. Draw left knee to left elbow. Shin comes across. So your left foot's on the right side of your mat. Stay here if you want. Or you can settle to your elbows. Or you can bring forehead to the mat. you're in reclined half pigeon, you're going to cross your left foot over your right ankle. Draw both hands around your right thigh and draw it in. No matter which version of this pose you picked, maybe you take a minute to imagine your teammates all around you. Maybe you're in the gym, or you're in the fields, or in the hallway, wherever we might have been. You just did a tough workout, or it's an easier day, no matter what it was. You're proud of yourself. You should be. As athletes, we have to be resilient. You have to show that quality every single day. Maybe the workout went great, maybe not so great, doesn't matter. We still use that quality. And the best thing is, those people to our left, those people to our right, they were doing the same thing. Wherever you are, slowly come out of the pose. Again, if you're in reclined pigeon, you can take happy baby. You can bring hands under shoulders, lift that left leg up. Take a counterbalance pose, bring that left foot on the outside of your right. And wherever you are, we're going to come to bridge at, I guess to say bridge at rest. We come to our backs, bring tops of our feet to the mat. Feel all of our spine engaged with the mat. Palms face down. And then draw the shoulders open a little bit more by bringing those upper arms just under your torso a little bit more. Inhale and exhale, lift up. Again, feeling that long line of energy from shoulders to hips to knees. Exhale, lower with intention, upper, middle, lower back. And take 2 more bridges here. You can take a supported bridge, maybe there's a pillow or a foam roller nearby you can put under your sacrum. You can take the same bridge, or you can find your hands underneath your back. You can always take a bridge with one foot engaged with the mat, so you're gonna lift your right leg up to the sky, lift those hips up, keeping those hips square. Just breathe, lots of options, all of them correct. Exhale, wherever you are, lower. One more of your choice. If you lifted that right leg, maybe you draw on that left knee this time, lift that left leg up, inhale, exhale, push up. Two more breaths here. Exhale, lower. Knee knot pose. You're gonna glue your knees together. Bring your feet to the outside edges of your mat. You can feel our back totally engaged with the mat. After the back bends with the bridges, should feel good. And then take a spinal twist. I'm gonna switch things up a little bit. So We're gonna bring our feet, keep those feet to the outside of your mat. You can unglue your knees together. You're gonna drop both knees to the right. You're gonna take that right ankle and put it on the top side of the left knee. You can bring arms to goalpost, or you can just outstretch them if you got room. You can deepen that final twist by gazing out of your left arm. Unhook that right ankle. Come back up through center. Drop the knees to the left side. Again, bring that left ankle to the top of the right knee. A little bit of an added twist and gaze out over your right arm. Both shoulders should be touching your mat. So if this is too deep of a twist, you can just keep your gaze out over the left side. Maybe in these last few moments, you reflect on something that you have done in the last few days that showcases that resilience. Inhale, legs back up through center. Take any last movements here. And hug the knees in. And bring them long up to the ceiling. You can take a happy baby, bringing palms to the outside of both feet, rocking the spine back and forth a little bit. And especially as it is Friday afternoon, and I know things are far from normal, I'm willing to guess you've probably had a busy week. Let's just rest for a few moments. So bring that right foot to the right corner of your mat, left foot to the left corner of your mat. Palms can face up to receive. Just let everything go. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it all up. Shavasana. Start to become aware of your surroundings. Once more, making first just really small movements, fingers and toes. Maybe it feels good to stretch hands up overhead. Drawing these in and dropping them to either side of your mat. Using that top arm for support, lift yourself up to a comfortable seat. And draw your hands together to your teammates, to your people. The light, the love, and the resilience in me salutes that very same in every single one of you. Together we bow and say namaste.